If you're ready to protect your joy and live in a state of constant happiness, yes, please. Well, you are in the right place because today, ladies, oh my gosh, today I've got such a treat for you. I've got four simple everyday habits you can start incorporating into your life right now. These are very small acts that will pay massive dividends. Hi everyone, I'm Mick and I help women bathe, be anything and do everything they desire without the guilt. These tips are really designed to keep you grounded, joyful, and fully in control of your happiness. First on the list is a quote that literally changed my life. Check this out. Unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments, which suggests that when we have specific expectations, specifically unspoken ones, on how others should behave or how events should unfold, we're setting ourselves up for massive disappointment and resentment. The key word here that we want to pay attention to is the unspoken. And therein lies the problems with women. We don't say what we mean, right? The words just sort of live in our heads and they stay there. And it's so frustrating. I get why, because I was so well versed in this. I mean, God forbid we rock the boat, right? And personally, I know for myself, I got really good at shutting her down, like shutting my voice. When I tell you, my therapist had such hard work with me for many, many years, many moons ago, because I bottled everything up. I just sort of stuffed it in there and kept it there. It turns out that I was programmed this way, right? To sip it. Unbeknownst to me, I had to do a lot of deep work and go back to my younger years. And here's what I learned, that not a single person, not one of us, now that I work with women, none of us escape the labels that were put on us as children. So my labels got placed on really early. The quiet one, the shy one, the nice one, the not going to create any problems. I mean, being 4 out of 6 kids, my voice definitely got lost in it all. So I never really learned to use my words. And this happened really early on. I just learned to shut her down. Add another layer to my childhood where we had some really, really rough years. The childhood trauma certainly did not escape me or my family. So you pile that on, for me, brought on like a lot of embarrassment because we had so many financial hardships and my need to protect my family that I got very good at pretending. And part of pretending is not really saying what you mean. So I went inward. Later on, I learned, if you're into like energy work, that my throat chakra was so closed up. It became a real issue as an adult. It all makes sense why I do so much writing. Hence why I can get lost with a journal and pen. Hence why I feel really safe, not with the spoken word, but with the written word. And it all makes sense to me. Clearly, I've worked through that and I now use my words very well. But it's crazy to me how many years I spent just living in my head. And I guess the point I'm trying to make here is if you also suck at communication, it's very likely not your fault. The problem with holding it in is that we become so resentful what we think other people aren't doing or what they should be doing that it just really robs us of our happiness, right? But I've got to tell you, ladies, we're in control. And yet, once again, we give away our power and we're making it about everyone else, which is not true. Can you see that in me talking through this, that you may not be responsible for the way you communicate, meaning maybe you were taught a certain ways, but the way you communicate now, it's definitely causing your unhappiness. So really spend time, acknowledge the reasons, identify your patterns, and really pay attention. And then let's work on doing better and being better, because I think we can. My second tidbit for you is in protecting your joy is a lesson in friendship. I suggest you do a friend audit immediately because your tribe, oh my, it matters big time. So check this out. The one thing that stands out over and over again is that the company we keep is directly associated with our joy meter. How do we even define a friend, right? I always look at friends as a triangle. And to me, they have to secure 3 elements that are so important for me to call someone a friend. There's got to be truth, there's got to be trust, and there definitely has to be respect. To check all these 3 boxes is so critical, not only for me to receive that, but I also have to be able to give that. If you don't trust, respect, or tell me the truth, then that's a really simple way for me to gauge friendships. Honestly, I feel like we throw the word around friend way too easily and way too casually. I think that one of the reasons we get so burnt out in life, and life kind of gives us a little knockout every so often, is because we use this term so loosely, and we got to know the difference, right? Because not everybody is your friend. We have acquaintances, which are like your business associates, your friends, friends of friends, etc. They're sort of far removed, and on occasion, they come into your sphere, into your orbit, but just because your universe collides with these people, it doesn't make them your friend. There's always, of course, the good time Charlies. And we all know these people, right? These folks are just that. They're good time Charlies. They're so much fun to have around. They're always the life of the party. They're always up for the good time. If you want to go out, get crazy or have fun, you know who to call. But they probably don't even know your kids' names. Like they don't really know shit about you because they don't really care to. They're there they serve a purpose. They are literally good time Charlies, and that's fine. These people really aren't your friends per se. You got to know the difference between this. So that's why I say be more careful with how you give out the word friends. It should be earned. Now, then, if you're lucky, then you have your real peeps. You know who they are. They are your lifers. They are friends that become family. I like to say you choose as friends, but they turn out to be family. And if you're so really, really lucky, you have these people for life. They are like the peanut butter and jelly of your world. These people are so awesome, right? They know your laugh lines and the stories behind all and every scar you have. Real friends, like they turn up the volume on life. And the best way I know how to capture a real friend comes from a book that I received from a friend from one of my tribe members a few years back. It's called Big Friendship: How Do We Keep Each Other Close by Amato So, I hope I'm not messing this up, and Anne Friedman. This book is such a keeper. It really taps into the delicate ebbs and flows of friendships, and the authors discuss things like low drama mamas, like, yeah, I want a low drama mama as my friend, or friends who share a desire for women to take up a lot of space. And I love this. I am like building a business around women taking up more space in this universe. The big friendship thing is this sort of knowledge. It's a knowing that no matter what, we have each other's back. I'm like, yes. You know those women in your life, you're like, no matter what, they're right there. Okay, but my absolute favorite thing about this book, like the ooey gooey deliciousness in here that is found in these pages, honestly, that you have to just get your teeth into, is when the authors talk and introduce the shine theory, and which basically states that if I don't shine, if you don't shine, like together, that's how the world operates. And that's what true friendship's all about. Like we've got to shine for each other. It's a contract, if you will, that we'll do whatever it takes to help our friends be their best and vice versa. One of the things that these gals do in talking about their big friendship is a practice of cultivating a spirit of genuine happiness and excitement when your friends do well. That alone sets the whole friend thing apart. Do you know the women in your life that are genuinely, like seriously clapping it out for you? Those are the big friendships, ladies. These are the people we really want to keep close to our hearts. And it's like this intentional collaboration to glow up together. Now, I love this term, glow up. And I use it all the time in all my marketing, only because I think it captures it beautifully. So I've borrowed it from these gals. Glow up theory rejects envy, insecurities, and comparison, which is like, oh my God, such freedom in that. That is to say that in life or in these glow up or these big friendships, the stage is large enough for all of us, ladies, for all of us to shine bright. And our goal as women and as friends is to make room for each other and to shout out each other's names, to clap it out. Okay, love, love, love that messaging. Quick recap. First, I've shared a quote to help manage expectations. Boom, drop the mic. Second, I shared a little tidbit on real friends and why they matter. Glow up, sisters, anyone? Now let's move on to a lesson on getting started, ladies, okay? Nothing happens without inspired action. Most of us just get stuck on waiting for perfection, and that's just a big, big mistake. So lesson number 3, Here it is. Perfection is an enemy of progress. Every second you spend waiting for the right time is a second wasted. Truthfully, the perfect moment does not exist. The only moment we have is now. And ladies, done is better than perfect because you can always refine and improve along the way, but you cannot reclaim lost time. And you owe it to yourself to chase your dreams without any delays. Do you want to look back on your life and think, wish I could have done that, with regrets? If only I would have taken that step. Do you want to look back with pride, knowing that regardless of perfection or not, you went for it? Listen, regret is a heavy burden and it's not one worth risking. It's time to wake up, take action, and embrace the beauty of progress, not perfection. This is my rampage against coulda, woulda, shoulda. This is a rampage against if only, when, someday. It drives me crazy. Waiting on the sidelines for that perfect time, for your kids to get older, for your life to slow down. Like that's ever going to happen. For once you can afford the course, when the time is right for when, whatever it is, fill in the blank. All really excuses. I'm really calling bullshit on waiting for the perfect time. There's no such thing. This is you deferring, deflecting, and silencing. This is you holding your dreams hostage. We don't have time. I don't know how else to say it, but time is not on our side. I'm going to save you a lot of time for y'all waiting on the sidelines, waiting for someday. Never going to happen. The perfect time is an illusion. There's never such a thing. There's always going to be something in life happening. Done is so much better than perfect, meaning just start anyway. You got to go for it. You know that idea that you've been sparking in your brain, or that hidden talent that you've been waiting to unleash, or that story begging to be told, or maybe it's a hobby you've been wanting to try, a class that you've been itching to take, whatever it is. I need you to silence that inner critic and go for it. This is for all the mamas out there who've been dreaming, but who've been letting fear hold you hostage. The time is now, ladies, not tomorrow, not next week, this very moment. Why? Because you owe yourself this much. The thrill of creation, the satisfaction of progress, the joy of messy, glorious imperfection. You're entitled to feel fulfilled and be accomplished, to be anything and do everything you desire. And we owe it to each other as a sisterhood, as a collective, to shine bright together, to take up space, to play big, to represent. Have I convinced you yet? Okay, so good, right? Are you with me? Make it happen. Just start. For the grand finale, I promise you this: you will never, ever know joy unless you answer these questions. What do you want? What do you desire? What are you meant for? What do you believe in? These are heavy questions and they feel really foreign to us. But yes, I need you to take the time to really answer that and really think about what it is that you want. Now, see, I've been spreading joy for a while now as a blogger, community builder, podcaster, and one thing I know for sure, there's way too many sleeping beauties among us. Sleeping beauties, you know, women going through the motions, you're not fully living, not fully fulfilled. And I want to change that. So this channel, this tiny sliver of the internet, is dedicated to all the sleeping beauties out there. It's time to wake up, ladies. And there you have it, my 4 daily tips to protecting your joy. Enjoyed this? Please check out this video on how to be selfish. Yeah, I said it, selfish. Bye.